Greetings and welcome to my ramblings for this Wednesday, the Wednesday within the octave of Easter. It's been a beautiful Easter tide with great parish celebrations, which was really quite wonderful, especially in a new parish. And it's been a couple of days of being able to just settle in quietly and do a few things with one of my priest friends from the mainland who's staying with me for a few days. So it's been quite an interesting few days being able to see a little bit of Tasmania, journey with him around the place. Today, however, we're preparing for the second week, effectively, of our message series, Now What? For those of you who didn't hear my homily last weekend due to all the busyness of Easter, it's really picking up the question of the disciples having been told about the resurrection, having been Mary of Magdala, first of all, saying that Jesus had risen, reading in Mark's Gospel that she had told them to go to Galilee, he was going to meet them there, of listening to Peter and John as they came back from the tomb and told the disciples that Jesus has risen. As we listen to John's Gospel this weekend, they're sitting in the upper room, the doors are locked for fear of the Jews, and they've lost all sense of purpose. In many ways, they've almost said, this is all that's happened, now what? What's going to happen to us? And so, using that as the theme of the message series, I'm starting to ask some questions about what is the direction that we would like to have if we were the ones under the power of the Holy Spirit, if we were the ones who now have been given the message for the first time. What will that look like as we begin to go out into our parish communities and as we begin to go into our workplaces? What would it look like as the early Christian community took the message of the good news to the world? And we're that community, and the world in which we live is the world that's yearning to hear a message of love and life. Hopefully it will be a time for reflection. It's not a time for answers, because as the disciples, the early disciples, set out, they didn't know what it was going to be, what it was going to cost them, and the challenges that they would face. But they set out filled with the life of the Spirit. My prayer is that we too might be able to embark upon this journey as the Spirit invites us to see what it is that God is calling us to do, how He is calling us to live, and what He's inviting us to be part of. Hope you can join me either on Sundays for the live stream masses or on my podcast to hear the message as we explore Now What?